Professor. With us on the program now, the situation is spiraling outside of the Gaza Strip. We're looking at the targeting of groups in Iraq, the assassination of an advisor of the Revolutionary Guard, confrontations in the Red Sea. Will the US and Israel be able to fight on so many different fronts? Well, that remains to be seen, but I think you're absolutely correct. We're seeing this regional escalation as a direct result of Joe Biden's refusal to rein in Israel with respect to its war campaign in the Gaza Strip. I think Joe Biden is thinking and hoping that he can manage this regional escalation, but the more violence that we see in Gaza, the more civilians killed, the more these types of attacks throughout the region are going to increase, and of course the tragedy is it's just one misfire away. We are just one misfire away from a major region war. If someone kills a number of American military officials in one of these US military bases, or if no target on the other side is struck by the United States, then all bets are off. So this is a very delicate moment, and it all leads back to Gaza, right? And as you mentioned, it can lead to a much wider and complicated battleground. So why would the US choose to carry out such attacks now, with the international public opinion being extremely critical of its support of Israel's war on Gaza? Well, with respect to the attacks that took place over the last 24 hours, the United States has always responded to Iranian-supported militias when they attack American bases in the Middle East. The United States has always hoped that these are measured attacks, that they can maintain a certain level of calm and preventing things from escalating. That's how things have happened over the last several years. Now we're in a very different environment. We're in an environment where it looks like the Israeli plan for the Gaza Strip is to transfer the entire population of Gaza into other countries. Benjamin Netanyahu had a cabinet meeting yesterday where he was quite explicit about this. From October 7th onward, senior Israeli cabinet ministers have been talking about no forced population transfer, which effectively is a war crime under international law. So this has escalated regional tensions. The Houthis are saying explicitly they're hitting these ships because of the war in Gaza. So it's an open question whether Joe Biden can manage this mess, which has many ways to be laid at his doorstep, because as of this moment he's given basically Israel carte blanche to do what it wants in Gaza, without any repercussions or consequences. So the next several weeks are going to look very disastrous. Where we're on tender hooks here. At any moment this could explode into something much wider and much more catastrophic than what we've seen since October 7th. We did hear today from Israel's defense minister Yoav Gallant saying that Israel is fighting on 7 different fronts. Do you think that this is a way of seeking more consolidated support of the international community, or is it a smoke screen and a justification of a prolonged operation that has not produced solid and coherent results so far? No, I think it's very much the former. I think this is an attempt to send a message to the West, the United States in particular, that Israel is under attack by many different elements within the region, and it wants the United States to come to its rescue. What's happening right now is there's basically a major point of division between the United States and Israel over how to proceed in Gaza. The United States wants the war to wrap up quickly. It's under a lot of pressure internationally, and domestically to stop Israel's bombardment of the civilian population of Gaza. Israel wants more time, and so just to cite one example, I think the targeting of a senior Iranian general yesterday in Damascus was an attempt to send a message to Iran, hoping that Iran might respond.